Hi guys, it's Kelly, and I am, as you saw from the intro, the September guest designer for the color Throwdown. And so I was thrilled when Tammy sent me the email. She's so super sweet. Um, and just I've been offered a lot of opportunities lately. I'm very grateful for. So I took the inspiration photo pretty literally. I wanted to create some blue striping just like that's in the ribbon. I did all my stamping beforehand. So I masked off some strips here to create that striping. I'm going to use some distressing to do that. The flowers were masked and stamped. They are Addie's Garden by Winnie and Walter, it's just a stellar set. If you love flowers, you got to get that. I'm going to put all my little masks in place, and then I'm going to get some distress ink. I'm going to use Salty Ocean and Chip Sapphire for my background. The Salty Ocean just makes that Chip Sapphire just a little brighter, so it's not quite as purpley blue. Is that a thing? It's a thing, purpley blue. So I'm just going to rub all of that on and get it good and covered. I use the copy paper again. Cheap chicken strikes again. I just don't own the masking paper. And here we're going to start removing the masks, which is my favorite part. It's like if you had a unicorn that had fairy dust that was throwing you a parade. It's magical when you pull it off and you see this one layer panel that you've created just by masking off a few areas. So I do save my my flower masks because I'm lazy. I don't want to cut those things out again. But the stripes will just go straight in the circular file, right in the trash can. So yeah, I'm just going to pull those off, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see me color. I'm going to do the first, I decided to do the flowers in white and yellow, so I'm going to do the first flower in real time so you can see what that looks like. Because maybe this is your first time watching one of my videos and you want to see what this looks like. Or maybe it's not, and this will be totally boring. So if that is, just fast forward through it. It's cool. My feelings won't be hurt. Always start with my lightest color, and then I'm just using a flicking motion, just the tip to lay down my color. With white, yeah, you're just adding in the shadows, so you don't want to go too heavy. I definitely don't take it all the way to the tips. The flower is already white. You can see that it's white. We're just adding depth. So I turn my paper because it's more comfortable for me to flick away from me, and like that petal that I just did is it's rolling out. So your center is going to be darker just because of the way this flower is formed. So color Throwdown. Yeah, I love a color challenge. I love colors. I don't get to play in challenges nearly as much as I used to, or as nearly as much as I would like to. But like I said before, I have a lot of opportunities that are being afforded to me, so I'm trying to do as much as I can with the time that I have. So sometimes that means the challenges just get by the wayside. So I'm super excited to have the opportunity to play along with these girls this month. So yeah, we're gonna put down this C3 with the C5 is my darkest color, and I'm gonna use that fairly sparingly. You don't want it to turn into a gray flower on you. You want it to be white. And all colors are comparative to what's around them. So like when I start laying in the C5, as you'll see, it looks pretty dark. It looks like I just made a gray flower. But once I get those bright yellows in there, it'll really appear to be white, and it won't appear to be gray. But right now it's stark white next to stark white, and so it's making those grays look really dark. So keep that in mind when you're coloring with white. You can't take the dark out. You can always put more in. So just do a little, just do a teeny tiny bit, and then see if you like it. And if you think it needs to be darker, it needs more contrast, then go back in and add it. From here, I am going in reverse, darkest to lightest, just to blend everything back out. And then after this one is done, I'm going to speed it up so you can see me color. It's 20 minutes. It's an 18-minute video. so we can't watch all of it in real time. I have a couple that I've done that are straight real time coloring. They're so long. Oh my god, they're so long. And so I'm trying to still be me, but have some edited photos. Photos? Videos. Edited videos. My photos are always edited. So yeah, so color challenges. I used to play when I first started card making, which was like back in 2009. I used to play along with Playdate Cafe. That was my color challenge of choice. And oh my god, the cards I made for that challenge are so ugly. Oh, I can't even stand to look at them. Let me tell you why. When I started crafting, the vintage move was huge. I mean, oh my gosh, everybody was putting brown on top of brown on top of brown. We were layering stuff on top of stuff, just throwing crap at our cards and hoping that it stuck. And that's so not my style. But I didn't really know what my style was. And so everybody starts somewhere, and you just got to figure out what's you. Do the things that make you happy. Don't necessarily do what's trendy. I when I went on a retreat, Dawn Wolfsagel from W+9 was my roommate, and we were up late one night chatting. I'm sure that will be shocking to you, that I would sit up and chat with people. Probably not so much, since I cannot shut my mouth. But we were up late chatting about cards, like our card style when we first started, and so I let her take a peek at my Flickr group. And my Flickr account has every single card that I've ever made. Good, bad, ugly, even uglier. All of them. And I leave them up there because exactly what I said. Everybody starts somewhere, and you cannot just forget about those things that you did. Even back then, I had some clean and simple cards, and they were my favorite ones. So eventually I got there. It just took me a little longer. So yeah, we're going to start in on the yellows now. This flower is going to have shading above and below it because it falls behind that larger white bloom. So yeah, just doing that. Going to add a bit more shading to the top, where the white ones, I just left them. I left the tips white because I wanted them, white. But the yellow, you can get a little bit more depth with it, with all the colors and the shading. And as you can see, I did not mask off my stems. I have a little cheater trick that I will show you later to keep you from having to mask things like that. This mustard color is it's not a very pretty color on its own, but I have found it is the best color that I have in my arsenal for adding darker shading into my bright yellows. I'm a bright color person. That's what I own. Some people are not. If you're not, that's okay. Don't use bright colors then. I mean, use whatever the heck you want. Use whatever you own. I just like them. I think they're pretty. So this top flower, the one in the top left, when I color that one, there's a little piece of footage that's going to go missing. Little camera gremlins, I don't know, found their way into my room and carried off that footage to the gremlin castle. It's not actually even like you're missing anything. It's just more or less like it's a weird hop, skip, and a jump kind of thing. So you'll know when you see it. You'll be like, oh, there it is. So the other little cheater trick, you can see right there on that flower, that top edge, I didn't place my mask right when I did my distress inking, and I'm going to fix that too, because as you know, I don't do anything twice. I'm not doing it. I'm put out that I actually had to do this voiceover 3 times. I know that makes me so lazy. Whatever this monster is, when I'm done with it, this is what's going on. So if you're watching it and you're like, oh my god, this voiceover is just terrible, listen, I tried 3 times. 3 times. That's all you're getting. That's it. That's all I got. So, yeah, so anyway, just don't fall into trendy things. Do whatever you like or whatever is in your budget. I mean, oh my gosh, crafty supplies are so expensive. Foiling, love foiling. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm never going to legit foil anything. You know why? I'm not going to buy a laminator. I don't need one. I would only buy it to do foiling. I don't like it well enough to justify the expense of buying a laminator. So I just didn't do it. When I want foiling, I went to Joann Fabrics. I took a coupon because I'm a cheapskate, and I bought a pack of die cuts with a view foil paper. And when I want foil on my card, that's what I put on it, and it works just fine for me. Is it ever going to be one layer? Negative, ghostwriter, the pattern is full. But that's okay because it's a heck of a lot cheaper than than the laminator that I didn't buy. Um, so yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't, my Copic coloring has only gotten better as I've practiced, and I didn't even, you've heard me say this before, I didn't even use them for like the first 2 years that I owned them. That's okay. So let's talk about the color throwdown. I think that it's super fun. I think the girls on the team are very talented. I know Tammy personally, and she's a total sweetheart. So I do hope that, like I said before, that you'll go over and play along, show them some love, and yeah, then we're just that's what we're doing. These voiceovers, I'm telling you, they're so hard because I'm a rambler. You know, I just say things, and then sometimes I'm like, probably shouldn't have said that, and so then I have to start all over again. So whatever I'm saying now is just this is what's going on there. This is what's going on there because not only am I a cheap chicken, I'm a lazy one. I'm just, it's terrible. I really do love these flower images though. They're beautiful, and there's so many. If you're a flower person, for sure get Addie's Garden. If it was up to me, I would put flowers on everything. There'd be flowers on billboards and toilet seats and parking tickets. I mean, there would just be flowers everywhere. The irony of that is, any plant that actually comes into my house, I kill immediately. Oh, I just, without mercy and cold blood, completely slaughter those things. It's not on purpose. I think that they're super pretty. I don't know. I have a black thumb. I kill them. It's not nice. My husband buys me flowers, which is super sweet, and then they last for, I don't know, however long like 2 days before they start dying. It's like they know I'm in the vicinity and they start to wilt just in anticipation of me killing them or something. I don't know. So I gotta get my flowers on my cards, which if you follow my blog, you know there's pretty much flowers on everything. So I'm taking my mustard and I'm going back in and adding a little bit more dark, and then that's pretty much going to be the flowers. I'm going to go in and this is where the fun little lesson comes in. I'm going to find this blue. For me, it's B97. Pretty much matches my background spot on. And I'm going to use it to fill in any of those areas that were white around the edges. And it looks darker than what it is because of the moisture in the marker. But when it dries out, it blends in pretty perfectly. And this is also going to fix I was too lazy to mask my stems problem. Because if I just tried to color the green on top of the white, then the green would be two different shades. You know, the blue is going to show through, Copics are translucent. So by doing this, by putting the blue down, then when I put my green down, everything matches up and is all in the same shade. So cheater, that's me. I'm totally cool with it. Excuse my little afro at the bottom of the screen. I have naturally curly hair. This is what God gave me, and it rained today, which means my hair, it's a hot mess. It's just thrown all over the place. I've tried anti-humidity products and all just kinds of stuff, and it just, no, it's unruly. It's unruly. It doesn't want to listen. So I apologize for my little afro fuzzies at the bottom of the page. For the green, some of them I just colored like the whole stem darker, and so it would fall to the background, because with all of these stems it was kind of busy. So I wanted some of them to just be in the back there's a little sliver, if you can see right there, of white that's showing through. I catch it at the end and go back and fill it in with some blue and blend it out with some green, so that way it doesn't look, terrible. After I turned off the camera, I did outline all of my images, and I added some sequins. I didn't do that on camera. You've seen that. I mean, the outlining is quite time consuming, so I'm sure you don't want to watch that. It just helps make those things pop. Oh, I added a shadow too. Just a teeny tiny shadow. Just a little bit of a shadow, because I really felt like it needed it. So the sentiment that I chose to use is from Happy. No, The Big, the Bold, and the Happy from Winnie and Walter. And I cut out the part where I rooted around in my bag for 200 years trying to find the stamp because I'm completely disorganized. And I messed around and fidgeted with how I wanted the sentiment to be. I ended up settling on Happy Mail because I feel like getting cards in the mail is happy mail. I'm happy when I get a card in the mail, aren't you? If you're not, then let me know and I won't send you a card, and I won't waste the happiness. But if you are happy when you get a card in the mail, I would be happy to send you one. So send me a message or something. I get tons of cards sitting here. I'll mail them out. You can have them. I'm going to use my Misty to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. I'm going to stamp them together because the Misty lets you do that. Like, I don't have to worry about it skipping or anything, because if it skips, then I'll just stamp it again. It's the joy of the Misty. I use it way more than I thought I ever would, for sure. So we're just gonna set this in there and line it up, and I did finagle with it a while, so I just snip, 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 cut that part out, because it's boring. So yeah, I'm gonna stamp the sentiment, and then that's pretty much gonna be the card. So I do hope to see you over at the Color Throwdown, and thank you so much for coming to visit me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will catch you guys later. Bye. So can I just tell you guys that every time I did this, I was like a minute over. So my ramblings went on well past my minute. And this time I'm like a minute short. So this is just me rambling and telling you that voiceovers and videos are hard. And so go and like people's things and tell them that they did a good job. And not me, but people who know what they're doing. Because this stuff is hard. So now go. Get out of here. Bye.